Perhaps we should move on to important issues. You write today in The Sun about Keir Starmer, as I keep saying, vote Keir, get Blair. What a surprise it was to learn that Keir Starmer's ludicrous trip to Paris to cosy up to Emmanuel Macron, the French President, was brokered by Sir Tony Blair.
Well, indeed. It's nice that Tony Blair has friends who are leaders of countries who aren't necessarily kleptomaniac tyrants in the stands. So clearly he's got a very close relationship with Macron. And, of course, this is all kind of predicated around the fact that Sir Keir Starmer is planning to renegotiate our Brexit deal. In which case I'd start counting your spoons very, very quickly, because if it's Sir Keir renegotiating the Brexit deal, then it's also Blair renegotiating it, and there are not two more Europhile people in the country, so it's a worry. And the Blair thing is a worry for me, partly because I think Keir Starmer, who has done a good job at the Labour Party. I mean, let's be honest, you know, we would never have thought 2.5-3 years ago that the Labour Party would be in the position it is now, 20 points ahead in the polls. He's clearly done something right. And there's something sensible about him, something even likeable about him sometimes. But looking to Tony Blair is such a mistake. The public had had enough of Tony Blair by 2006.
Agreed.
Arguably by 2003. And for good reason. The two things Blair brought us, the new Labour government did some good, but my God, the invasion of Iraq is the most catastrophic foreign policy blunder in 70 years. And then he also unlocked the doors to unlimited immigration, particularly from the east of Europe. Both of which
we could have done also, Rod, sorry to interrupt, we could also well do without his accursed hate crime laws that he brought in.
Yeah. Well, there was a time, I can't remember the exact number, but there was a time between about 2005 and 2008 when there was something like 8,000 new laws passed. I mean, it was just insane. I mean, all credit to Charlie Kennedy, who, when he was leader of the late Charlie Kennedy, when he was leader of the Lib Dems, said we're going to actually repeal a few laws instead of just putting more and more laws on the statute book. There's no question that New Labour was a controlling party. It did not trust the public. It wanted to regulate and control the public. And that's an essential element of Blair-ism, which I really believe we could do without today.
And he now wants to bully people around by making junk food impossibly expensive for people. I've always maintained, and this would be anathema to Mr Blair, Sir Tony, I've always maintained that it is none of the government's business what I eat, drink, smoke. It's none of their business, and they should keep their noses out of our personal lives. But Blair doesn't understand that concept one bit, as you said.
No, he's a control freak. Yeah. I mean, and, his control freakery is reflected in his ghastly henchman, Alistair Campbell, who is also a control freak. But a fairly useless control freak. I really don't understand why Campbell is revered. But he became the story himself. He brought incredible ignominy upon the government, and wasn't terribly clever, I don't think.
To be fair to Alistair, I've been suffering from terrible insomnia, so I've started to listen to his podcast with Rory Stewart, and I'm now sleeping like a baby. Sends you straight out. I mean,
both of them.
Yeah.
Both of them.
Yeah, world-class bores.